Well, hello. Good. What is it now? Good morning still. I have had some friends asking me to make a video and to tell you about, well, lots of things, but specifically, several of you asked about the new pod that I've been talking about on Facebook. So, I wanted to show you what I'm wearing is an Omnipod, it looks like. This. Alright, can you see here? Alright, we have adhesive on the back and all the little mechanical parts inside. This is, let's see, here's my phone. This is a Note 4, so pretty big. You can see this is pretty small, right? Okay. So I just took off my old one, which you guys will like this. Hopefully I can show you. I have borrowed some sparkly nail polish and stickers to decorate the pod. You can see now the adhesive here where I peeled it off. And if you'll see at the top, you see this? Let me turn it to the side. Okay, the other way, hang on. There. Do you see that on my cheek? That is the cannula. That is what this part right here pokes me wherever it is I'm wearing the pod. So you take it, and I'm going to show you how I do it. Now I did skip a part because I forgot to come and tell you guys about how you do it. Insulin vial, syringe that comes in a little package right here where your pod comes in. You take this guy, draw your insulin out, you fill it up. You need to calculate how much insulin you use per day and how long you're going to be wearing the pod, right? I estimated because no one told me, but I knew I used 50-ish in units a day, and decided I would try to go for 3 days. So I did a little. What did I do? I think I did 150, but I gave myself a little extra. And whenever I took this off just now, I decided to check and see if I had very much insulin left in there. I had read online you could actually draw the insulin back out of, you won't be able to see it, but there's a tiny little port here where your needle goes in and you poke the syringe into this little port. Poke. See, it goes in and you push the insulin in. Right? Well, you can also draw the insulin out. Oh, you see it? You can draw insulin out. Oh, well, shoot. I think I had more left in there than I thought. No, that's air. Never mind. Mainly bubbles. So, I guess pretty accurately I checked there was some insulin left, but I'm done. Now, I was told by Omnipod, since your pods are controlled, obviously, remotely with your PDM, the pod is telling me, hey, don't forget you need to put me on, because I've already put insulin in here. Now it's like, where are we? So this is the controller right here. This is your PDM. And it's telling me no active pod. Okay. I'm supposed to take this and get it away because these things communicate. I don't know if it's Bluetooth or how. I forgot to ask. But anyway, they communicate remotely. So when you're trying to hook up the pod to the remote together, you don't want other pods around because they can have a communication error. So I'm going to pause you and go and put this in the other room. All right, hang on. Excuse me. Okay, so now it's pretty cool. You get onto your little handheld remote here, and it has information. It says, no active pod. Would you like to activate a pod now? I tell it yes. Fill a new pod with insulin. After filling pod, listen for 2 beeps, then press next. I did that. And it's gonna, I believe, it says priming. And you can hear Can you hear the little clicks? Click, click. Those are the little internal mechanisms. Priming, which means getting ready, right? So it's turning in there and it's pushing the insulin that I already put in there through the little inner mechanisms, so that whenever, here in a minute, I go to put this on, the cannula that goes in my arm, you don't want to push air into your body. You want to push insulin into your body. So you have to make sure that the insulin is all throughout the internal workings and down to where the cannula, which is like a fancy word for, it's a plastic needle-like structure, comes out here. Yeah, okay, it says it's done. Prepare your infusion site. Remove the needle cap, which is this little plastic piece here. It kind of protects where the needle goes in right here. So you kind of just pop it off. All right, now it's flat. And this little area there is where the cannula is going to come out. Set that aside. Now I did my arm the first time. I did it here on the front. I'm going to try my arm again because I really liked having it there. But I'm going to try and move it just... I was thinking about maybe trying to do it kind of on the fatty back area, which is, I think, where they recommend you put it anyway. I did it on the front because I figured I had enough fat. I could do it wherever. Clean your site nicely. Or you could throw alcohol swabs on the ground. Another one. They come in big boxes for a reason. Clean, 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 clean. Then you have to sit and you have to let it dry and not blow on it because you have bacteria in your mouth. And to be honest, I don't think I've brushed my teeth yet today, so it's particularly bad. All right, go to your menu again. Tells you to do the next thing. Remove pod's adhesive on the backing. If pod is wet and dirty, hit discard. Well, luckily, looks good here. So we are going to peel. Oh, my scrambled egg muffins are done. And we're back. Okay. So, finished doing this. Got one side off, other side off. All right. Adhesive. All right. I'm gonna go on this back area. We're gonna try it. It is important to me. There's a clear little area there. Do you see that kind of little? That you can see the cannula in that little window, and you want to be able to see it to know that it inserted properly. So you don't want to like do it upside down. I mean, if you're a parent putting this on a child, that'd be fine because you could look at it, but if you're an adult, I recommend putting it somewhere you can view it easily. So unless you have someone who can look at it for you. Let's try there. You want to depress all the adhesive. Make sure you get a good, nice seal going down, right? Okay. I don't like this part. The last time it didn't go. Okay, so I hit next. Press start to insert cannula and begin basal delivery. So it makes a lot of clicking and then it pops and it pokes you, right? And the first time I did this, let's just try it and then I'll tell you. Okay, so I hit start. It says communication error. Communicate, okay. I'm gonna get up here where you can hear it. It's gonna click and then it's gonna pop and poke me. Oh, this is what happened last time. Dang it. It didn't go when it was supposed to. Okay, so I'm going to do what my friend said. She said to thump it. Oh, you're kidding me. Okay, so this happened the last time. God doesn't know what's going to get me. Okay, so the last time it did this, it said it was going, and it's supposed to pop. And the cannula should poke and go in. And the last time it stalled like this and didn't do it. One of my other friends who's a user recommended thumping on the top to try and get it to go. And obviously, I haven't had a poke, and I could feel it for sure. It was definitely a poke. It's definitely more pinchy than a... I've noticed anytime you use an automatic inserter versus a manually giving yourself a shot or inserting a pump infusion site, it hurts worse. It always feels better, is smoother whenever you actually use your hands. Anytime I've used any of the preloaded things, it almost always tends to hurt, except for my Dexcom inserter for my Dexcom. That thing doesn't hurt at all, and it looks wicked, but it's not. Well, I'm going to give it a minute. I was really hoping it would go. Oh. Oh my gosh, it's so... Not knowing when it's gonna go is the worst. I heard it click, and I thought it was gonna go, and then it didn't go again. It didn't hurt that bad. It's the waiting for it to go that's horrible. Alright, well, I'm going to stop videoing and hope it goes, give it a few minutes, and if it doesn't, then I'm going to have to discard it and start all over again. This is the downside of these, because you are not supposed to take the insulin back out of the pod. You would have to refill 3 days worth of insulin into a new pod, and if you didn't have good insurance, or if it had to pay out of pocket, that would be extremely expensive. Now, supposedly Omnipod replaces the pod for you if it fails, but that's just the pod. You know, the insulin is expensive on its own. So hopefully this will work, because if not, that's 150 units of insulin that you can just say goodbye to. Like I said, I have heard of people drawing the insulin out and then putting it into the new pod, but for whatever reason you're not supposed to do that. So anyway, so that's how it goes on, like that. Delivers. You use this just like you would use your insulin pump. It has all of your menu for your dosing, everything in here. Your basal rate is programmed. Basal rate is how much insulin you get over an hour throughout the day. Every hour of the day you have a basal rate going. So anyway, I'm going to tinker with this and hopefully we'll get it working. So I hope that explained it. Instead of an insulin pump, having the pump with the insulin in the reservoir with tubing with an infusion site, which is a cannula that goes in separately from the device. So they're just unattached, and there are definitely pros and cons. I've also noticed with my pump, I always had it in my pants or on my body, and if I needed to take insulin and I was walking across the room or doing something, I could just grab it out of my pants and I would just boop, 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 put it back in, keep going. With this, if I do something and I'm going, if I don't have this with me, then I can't, there's no way to tell it to give me insulin. So that's been kind of a pain for me, because right now I'm carrying around my phone, this, and I don't know where my Dexcom went. Another little device. There it is. So I walk around carting that around. Supposedly, we're supposed to be getting an app that works for the Dexcom, which, see, this tells you your blood sugar. Dexcom. An app that will go to your phone, but I just found out that it may not work for me because I have an Android and not an iPhone. So I'm really kind of upset about that. I just think any company should have a platform. I mean, it should be made for both platforms. That just infuriates me. Not everyone uses iPhones. And this supposedly is supposed to be getting a makeover because it's hideous. Look at that. What lady wants to, hi, yeah, let's go out on the town. Not that that's a priority for me, but this is pretty ugly. And it has a skin on it. It's actually just, you know, like this, but they have a little silicone thing you put it in to protect it and whatnot. They do have skins for these, but anyway, they're supposed to be updating with one I've heard that's more like a phone. I hope so, because these buttons are quite small. If you notice, like, it's really kind of, oh, that just showed my phone number. It's hard to, this menu button is kind of small, and you have to really kind of like hold your hand at certain, that is definitely not like an easy thing to use. So hopefully it gets better, and hopefully they'll not just make things for iPhones. Anyway, I'm gonna see if I can't figure this out. There it is. There's my new diabetes toy. I'll talk to you later. Bye.